more popular than, Stacy Keibler or Tori Wilson, as great as Tori Wilson and Stacy Keibler look together in both WCW and WWE respectively. And like I said, the only way Stacy Keibler gets a bit of attention now is by tweeting about her current relationship status on her Twitter account. StacyKeiblerOnline.net is the official website of Stacy Keibler to find out what she's been up to. And I'm not sure exactly what Tori Wilson's website is. I know TrishStratus.com is the number one source on the internet for Trish Stratus news and updates. Very unique seeing Trish Stratus on SmackDown along with Edge when they were live in Toronto. Edge's first SmackDown appearance since announcing his retirement following WrestleMania 27. Very unique seeing Trish Stratus and Edge work together for the first time in a while on SmackDown from Toronto. Very special night for both of them. But I think that with the absence of these divas from the past, I think Kelly Kelly has become so popular, more popular than any diva right now. But I really do think that she's very, very overrated. She's doing a fantastic job as the Divas champion. I mean, the only one she's really defended the title against since winning it was the former champion Brie Bella, which wasn't much of a match at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view earlier this summer. In the last 2 or 3 pay-per-views, all we've seen Kelly Kelly do is defend the title and win against Beth Phoenix. You would think Beth Phoenix would be the likely candidate to take the title off of Kelly Kelly and end her Cinderella dream as the Divas champion, but it seems like WWE are prolonging Kelly Kelly's Divas championship reign to make it mean something. There was a rumor going around for a while there they were going to allow her to keep the title until WrestleMania 28 and drop the title to Awesome Kong, better known as Karma to the WWE fans, and have her lose the title there. But the thing going around now, it seems like Kelly Kelly is not going to lose the Divas title for a while. I would say the obvious place she is going to lose it is WrestleMania 28 against Awesome Kong, but I think that is a bit too long of a reign for someone like Kelly Kelly, someone who was told by me wouldn't last 6 weeks in the WWE wrestling ring, and that's true. Ken Boland actually was the one who told me that Kelly Kelly wouldn't last 6 weeks, and I guess his analogy of that proved to be incorrect because she's been Divas champion, she's been in a lot of magazine spreads, she's all over Twitter, she trends worldwide on Twitter no matter what happens with her. She likes to blog to keep her fans up to date on what's going on, always talked about, and just to be one of the top 100 hottest women in the world is a phenomenal accomplishment. I love her work with Eve as well, seeing the two of them team up against teams like Natalya Neidhart and Beth Phoenix, which is a tremendous combination to compete against. Seeing them team up against the Bella Twins from week to week is always great. I love her work with Eve, and I'm waiting on that Eve-Kelly Kelly match for the Divas Championship. Eve is another candidate who she'll probably drop the title to. I think that keeping the title on her until WrestleMania 28 is way too long of a reign for someone like Kelly Kelly to have, be it that Ken Boland, who was here on the program, told me that he didn't think Kelly Kelly was going to last 6 weeks. But definitely Kelly Kelly is one who loves to prove critics wrong, and she's done that for the last 5 years. She was one of the most improved divas of 2007-2008. As I said, she's been in countless magazine photo spreads. Her first WWE magazine photo cover was actually done in December of 2006, I believe, for the holiday edition of WWE Magazine. That's a bit of trivia for you when it comes to Kelly Kelly. December of 2006, she appeared on a magazine photo spread for WWE. She was on the cover of the holiday edition of WWE Magazine with Candice Michelle and Michelle McCool. That was her first WWE Magazine cover, and she was very proud to be on that magazine cover. I actually commented on her MySpace page back in 2006 about the magazine photo spread, and she was kind enough to approve the comment and feature it in her comments board on MySpace. I thought that she did a phenomenal job being on the cover of the December 2006 holiday edition of WWE Magazine, and she actually had the opportunity to answer a lot of fans' questions in that edition of WWE Magazine. One of the most funny things that I read in that magazine article was that Kelly Kelly didn't like stalkers on the internet. I found that quite amusing when I actually read the article where herself, Candice Michelle, and Michelle McCool, who Kelly's worked against numerous times, and she's of course teamed with Candice Michelle when Candice was the women's champion on Raw. One of the most amusing things I found in that article, a fan asked her about her social networking habits and her dating habits and stuff, and she actually commented and said unless she's seen a photo of the person she's talking to, she doesn't really like to talk to them because of their strange personality. I found that quite amusing. But I think she's very overrated. I really do. I think that, Candice Michelle wasn't as overrated as her, and Candice Michelle did a lot for WWE. I mean, she was on the cover of Playboy magazine right around the time she was the women's champion. She's been on numerous WWE magazine covers. She was in that GoDaddy.com commercial for the Super Bowl. She was in it more than once. I believe she was in it 2 or 3 years, GoDaddy.com. It seems like she's done a lot more than someone like Candice Michelle, and I know that she has a lot more Twitter followers than any diva because we're following divas such as the Bella Twins and Maurice Intellect recently on our Twitter page at twitter.com, Jonathan Clarke 1 HEW Entertainment. And one thing that I notice about the divas' Twitter accounts, they range anywhere from 50 to 75,000 followers, and Kelly is ahead of all those divas by over 200,000 followers. So I can prove to anyone that she is the most followed diva in WWE. But I mean, to have over 200,000 more followers than someone like Beth Phoenix or Natalia or the Bella Twins or Maurice, who we just recently started following on Twitter, that is impressive. That's a 250,000 followers. She's almost up to The Rock, who has over 1 million followers on Twitter. It's impressive, to say that she has over 250,000 followers, and that's really where I started believing that Kelly was very overrated when WWE offered her congratulations about her Twitter account success at The Real Kelly, which we are following for you. She doesn't really tweet all that much. Usually every once in a while she'll tweet something special for her WWE fans and her Twitter followers, but I really felt that when they congratulated her about her 250,000 followers, I said, okay, when does this all stop? Kelly being congratulated about 250,000 followers is really placing her on a pedestal where she doesn't necessarily need to be. When she won her inaugural Divas Championship, defeating Brie Bella on the Power to the People 3-hour special edition of Raw back in July, I thought that was, enough. I thought that was sufficient enough, and they went to hell with it. I think they really crossed the point of no return when they started promoting her as the Divas Champion, started promoting her Twitter account like they were promoting it, saying that she was the most talked about and trended thing on the internet, really promoting the fact she was Maxim Magazine's one of the top 100 women. They really, took it to a place it didn't need to be, and I thought to myself, when is all this going to stop for Kelly? Is she going to get that much momentum behind her that it's going to get old quicker than it actually trends? I think that it is going to wear us all out. We're going to be sick of seeing Kelly on top, and WWE is going to have no choice but to end her run as a diva. I know she was in line for a push for quite a while, and they prolonged it. It was almost as if they didn't know really what to do with her character, and they finally figured out what they were going to do with her character. It was originally planned that she was going to turn heel in a storyline with Drew McIntyre to give her a push, and then they changed it around by giving her the Divas Championship, had her drafted from SmackDown to Raw for the second time in her career. And I think that this run on Raw is definitely more effective than the original run she had on Raw. She just kind of showed up as a part of the Raw roster one night with no explanation, and they didn't really do much with her from her first move from SmackDown to Raw. So they took her off Raw, put her on SmackDown, started pushing her there, and I thought it was sufficient when they gave her the Divas Championship. I thought that was sufficient enough in the way of a push. I think that a lot of fans are waiting on this heel turn. Obviously, it will probably come around WrestleMania 28, and she'll probably be the heel in the storyline with Awesome Kong. I'm expecting that's when she's going to make the heel turn. Something along those lines, but it hasn't happened yet. But I think that was sufficient enough. You didn't really need to promote her Twitter account as much as you were. You didn't really need to profess the fact that she was one of Maxim Magazine's top 100 women. I'm not even really sure where she is on that list of the top 100 hottest women, but I know she's featured there. And Maxim Magazine had an interesting write-up in their magazine on her, and they actually interviewed the chief editor of the magazine in a video package they recently just put together on Raw for Kelly Kelly, and that really overrated her too. When I saw that video package highlighting some of Kelly Kelly's most memorable WWE moments up until this point in her career, when they took a in-depth look at the Divas Champion, I thought that was very, very overrating. And I'll probably tweet that special video on our Twitter account for you to check out at HW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke 1 on Twitter. It put her over the top. It was about a minute and a half video package that was put together, and it really put her over the top. It really put her on a pedestal that she didn't need to be on. Watching that video actually turned my stomach, because where were the other video packages for divas like Stacy Keibler and Tori Wilson that were never put together? It was almost if Kelly Kelly had accomplished more than they had in the last 5 years, when Tori Wilson had been there from August of 1999 right up until the better part of 2005, 2006. So it seems like, they're really putting her on a pedestal that she doesn't need to be on, and I'm kind of left wondering, where is this all going to stop for her? I think that she is very, very overrated. Just as this audio commentary was advertised to be, we were going to debate whether or not Kelly Kelly was overrated, and I really think she's overrated. And I think this all started when WWE started to congratulate her about her Twitter account success. We are following Kelly Kelly on Twitter. As I said, she doesn't tweet all that much. Twitter.com at The Real Kelly Kelly. We recently just started following a Divas warrior like Maurice Intelette, and we're also following the Bella Twins, and we are following Candice Michelle and former WWE Diva Maria as well. We're following a lot of divas on our Twitter account, but no diva, in terms of comparison to Kelly Kelly's account, has more followers. Kelly Kelly is ahead of everybody by over 200.